today got away from me. I did record one thing earlier, and yesterday I recorded something. So I'm going to put yesterday's thing and today's thing, and do a little, make a little moral, something like that. So yesterday I was so incredibly frustrated when I was trying to hang some curtain rods, and it didn't go well, and Here, I'll just show you. Spoiler alert, it is definitely my fault. Alright, I'm not vlogging today, but I'm putting some curtain rods on. Let's get up here. This screw broke. So I don't put holes in woodwork. I'm using an existing hole, and I'm putting the screw in with an impact driver. It just sucks to have a little screw in like 130-year-old woodwork, you know? That's not gonna come out easily. So the question is, my fault for using an impact driver? I was using it on low. Or is it Umbra's fault, or Umbra, this company's fault for supplying me with super weak screws? Here's the screw in question. My fault? Using the wrong tools? Umbra's fault. Cheap screws. Super frustrating. Super frustrating. I'll get it hung here. It's gonna take me an hour and a half. I'm running back and forth to the garage, getting a new tool, trying another tool, and trying to finesse it out because I did not want it to break, and it broke. Very frustrating. It's like when you do something that you know could be done in 15 minutes and you spend, frankly, all your available afternoon time. I have 45 minutes to do this. And I'm going to go beyond 45 minutes to get this done. Well beyond. Okay, well, thought today I'm going to throw this footage onto tomorrow's vlog. Maybe I should, So I told my wife about it after. I said, like, man, I cannot believe how quickly these screws broke. This is so frustrating. But she even said, like, wait, you're not supposed to use an impact driver for that. It's too much torque. And that's completely it. What did I learn? Well, in the future, just pay better attention to how much torque you're putting on something. I needed to drill just a little bigger pilot, lightly put those screws in. I learned my lesson, right? And then this morning, not as big of a deal, but I have a little footage here. Is that how I want to introduce it? So then cut to this morning. Junky ass piece of shit. Alright, so do you ever want to do just one thing real quick? I'm just gonna do one thing real quick. This wrench has always worked well for me, and I just want to do one thing real quick with it this morning. It seems my wash machine is staining my white sheets sometimes, typically when I overload it. My fault. It's one of those front loaders. My hunch is, 1, don't overload it. 2, make sure I keep the band that always gets gunky, just try to keep it a little cleaner, and I'm doing a good job with that. But 3, what if I just, tip it back a little bit? I noticed that there's soap and water kind of floating in the front, and I'm thinking if I just tip it back, maybe more of everything will stay to the back. I can't get in those little brown streaks on the sheets. I'll show you what those look like. Stains like those. Okay. So I just want to do one thing, is just adjust that back. And this tool, for the life of me, I did not have the power to adjust it. I had to put a screwdriver and push down really, really hard, and then pump a little bit of motor oil. So that's all I have. I'm sure there's a better oil. But I put just a little bit of motor oil in there just to get the parts working. And I guess that's what you should expect of, a metal tool that's sitting in a garage where there's humidity and stuff. But it was very, very frustrating. Very frustrated this morning. I said a few bad words. All right, well, let's try to do that quick thing 20 minutes later. It is working like butter now, though. Look at that. Butter. What's my exposure? If I wasn't doing just one little thing, I would clean under there. But I don't have time. I only time for one little thing. And that one little thing took the time of 3 little things, so. And what I want to talk about is, and again, I've said this before, and quote unquote, I fancy myself a maker. Would like to make stuff, and when you want to do something and the smallest thing gets in the way and stops you from doing what you want to do, it just makes it harder to make and do things, and I end up resigning myself way too often because I could just go do that task, but what if I run into like what I did this morning? What if I break the screw head off, or what if my wrench won't work? I want to say I find hope because I now know how I would fix both of those situations. One, I need to maintain my tools just a little better. It takes a little oil here and there. I probably shouldn't have got to that level in the first place. Maybe I need a little oil rag to wipe down some of those hand tools on an occasion. Maybe I need to... Who knows? And with the impact driver, I used too much torque. I should have seen that coming. Softly drive that screw in is all I had to do. That's my fault. And I learned those lessons, and I think I'm a better maker next time around. If I'm a good person, if I'm at my best, I don't look at those moments as a failure, as a waste of time. Something doesn't go wrong, and I say, what went wrong? How can I fix this? Next time I'll do better. Chalk it up to a learning opportunity. I mean, we pay for education. We pay for opportunities to learn things. Learning opportunities present themselves every day, and I paid for it with time. Time that I did not want to give it, but we're used to paying money for education. Maybe we just have to realize that sometimes education comes at a cost, and it's totally worth it. So that's my thought for today. I don't know how cohesive this will be. Again, I'm doing this in the final hour, just trying to keep the vlog going.